I'm doing my first experiment on canning, doing a pressure canning experiment with a homemade tomato sauce that I made, and hopefully I won't poison anyone. So, sauce just came off the stove. It cooked for 3.5 hours, and I'm going to puree it with my weed whacker. We're going to have you take a look at what's going on over there. I've got my pressure cooker set up, and we've got a little sterilization bath for my lids. Sterilizing isn't a requirement with pressure cooking. If the food reaches 240 degrees, for whatever length of time is designated for the recipe, it should kill any microorganisms that may cause problems later. So this is just about done. It's really nice. These are my jars that I have set up. They have exactly 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, and this is considered a low acid food. So that also aids in preventing any type of bacterial growth. All right, so our sauce is nice and smooth. So we've got a little bit of white vinegar here. Just going to put a couple splashes in here. That supposedly will keep our jars from clouding up. Any kind of deposits that there might be in the water, like hard water, which we do have. So my lids, I'm just going to put them over here, they're nice and hot. It's important that we not touch anything with our hands that's going to be coming in contact with the food. This is our funnel. It's been sterilized. I'm going to put this in with other stuff there. Gloves. Looks like we're ready to start putting the stuff in here. So as we went over before, we've got a little tablespoon of lemon juice in there. It looks like I might not need a funnel for something like this, but it does come in handy with things like chunky stuff like soups and stews that might kind of spill out of the mouth of the jar, which is why we're using the funnel. I'm going to leave a little space on the top. They call that head space. It should have about 1 inch. What we do is we take this, which I've sterilized. It has little notches in there. And that first notch, I believe, is 1 inch. So I'm just going to go there. I could probably get maybe another drop or so in there. I don't know if you can see from the top as well. Not quite. Could go a little bit more. I'm going to put just a little bit more in there. And that should probably do it. And we're going to go to the next jar. This one over here. All right, and when we come back, we'll have these all filled up for you, and we'll show you what the next step is. Okay, so we've finished bottling up our sauce there, jarring it up. Next important step here, take some clean paper towels. So we need to make sure that in order for the top to seal correctly to the rim of the jar, it has to be extremely clean. So we're just taking a very clean paper towel. And we're just going to go around and just make sure this is all wiped up real nice. And there's one of these are hot. Whew. We don't want anything on that very top here. Very important. Do use caution. These jars are very hot. The sauce just came off the stove, so it's about 180 degrees, 190, maybe 185. So trying to handle the top of the jar rather than the side of the jar. All right, one of the last steps now is we're going to put the lids on. These have been in a hot water bath, so they're pretty well sanitized. Got my little magnetic top here. Just gonna put these on like so. And these do have a kind of a gasket on there. These are made by Ball. See, these are supposedly the ones we want. From the research I've done, these are apparently the Cadillac of home canning. And it's critical that I'm not touching anything, the sauce or these lids, with my hands. Even if I have gloves on, I'm not touching the surface that's coming into contact with the jar. So the last thing, we've got these rings, and these are going to kind of cinch down our tops on our jars. And I'm going to go ahead and put these on. These should only be finger tight, according to the research I've done. They shouldn't really be torqued down here very hard at all. Just a little finger tight. That's what I've just done here. Now we're going to take these and we're going to put them in our pressure cooker. So I've got my my jars ready to go. I'm going to put them in the pressure cooker. I've got about 2 inches of water in here. And I've got some jars kind of mocked up here with water. And these are just to fill the empty space in the pressure cooker so that things don't rattle around, and it could break the jars. And so that's why these are going in here. Okay, here's our pressure cooker, and when the steam comes out of the top like that, like a really good hard steam, we have to start a timer for 10 minutes, which I've done. And you can see that's really venting pretty well. After venting for 10 minutes, we place the weight on top of the pressure cooker. This pressure cooker has a weight that's adjustable from 5 to 15 pounds PSI. When the weight starts to jiggle, our temperature will be approximately 240 degrees Fahrenheit. And we're looking for the weight to jiggle about 2 to 4 times a minute. And that's how we know that we're at the right temperature. So now, after that jiggles for the first time, we set another timer, which is going to be our actual processing time. So after the first jiggle, we will set a timer for 25 minutes and process our sauce.